Hi everyone, finally. Okay, here I'm on chapter we're on right now is absolute value, equations and inequalities. Let's just start with the first lesson that is graph solutions to absolute value. Equations, let's just start with the lesson. Solve for B and graph the solution. So basically, B minus 9, we need to evaluate the absolute value of B minus 9. So since B can be either positive or either negative, so split the equation into two cases. It would be B minus 9 equals 1 or negative B minus 9 equals 1, right? So B minus 9 equal 1, then B equals 10, right? And the negative case is negative B minus 9 equals 1. That equals negative B plus 9, so B equals 8, option number. So that we have two solutions, B equals 10 and B equals 8. Let's just start with the test questions. Solve for W and graph the solution. So we have two solutions for W. They are negative and positive. Hold on. So the solution is 7. Option number 2 is the correct option. Solve for B and graph the solution. So we have two cases, the positive and the negative. The first one, B plus 4 equals 3. The second one is negative B plus 4 equals 3. Let's just solve them. B equals 3 minus 4, that is negative 1. Then negative B, negative 4 equals 3. Negative B equals 3 plus 4, 7. So B equals negative 7. So we have two solutions. They are negative 1 and negative 7. Option number 1 is the correct option, negative 1 and negative 7. Option number 1 is the correct option, negative 1 and negative 7 they are. Solve for Q and graph the solution. So we have two cases, the positive and the negative one. It would be q minus 2 equals 5 and be negative, q minus 2 equals 5. So q equals 5 plus 2, that is 7. And then negative q plus 2 equals 5. So negative q equals 5 minus 2, 3. And q equals negative 3. So we have two values, they are 7 and negative 3. Option number 2 is the correct option, 7 and negative 3 it is. Solve for y and graph the solution. So we have two cases, the positive one and the negative one. That is 7 minus 6 equals 3, negative 7. And negative 7 minus 6 equals 3. So y equals 9, negative y equals 3 minus 6, y equals 3. Option number 1 is the correct option, 9 and 3. The correct option is option number 1, 9 and 3 is the correct option. Solve for p, 2 equals p plus p. Two equals p plus 5. So that would be negative 3 and negative 7. Option number 2 is the correct option, negative 3 and negative 7. Solve for p and graph the solution. 2 equals. Okay, option number 2 is the correct. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next one is solve absolute value equations. So let's just start with the lesson. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Okay, 2s equals 4. So we have two values, the positive one and the negative one. So s equals 2 and s equals negative 2. So option number 1 is the correct option. Negative 2 and 2, option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, solve for m. Negative 10 equals negative 2 and the absolute value of m. So that would be negative 10 equals negative 2m and negative 10 equals 2m. So m equals 5 and m equals negative 5. Option number 1 is the option. They are 5 and negative 5. That is 5 and negative 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. Seven b equals 7. So option number 1 is the correct option. They are 1 and negative 1. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Just move on to next. The next lesson is solve absolute value inequalities. So let's just start with the lesson. Solve for s. Absolute value of s minus 5 is less than equal to negative 3. So absolute value of s minus 5 is less than equal to negative 3. So absolute value of s is less than equal to 2. That means we have two solutions. S is less than equal to 2 and s is less than equal to negative 2. So that means the value of s is between 2 and negative 2. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Solve for u. Absolute value of u minus 4 is less than 3. So let's just solve the equation. It would be absolute value of u is less than 3 plus 4. So absolute value of u is less than 7. That means u is less than -7 and u is less than 7. That means the value of u is between 7 and -7. Option number 2 is the correct option. The correct option is -7 and 7. Option number 2 is the correct option. Solve for D. 4 absolute value of D is less than equal to 8. That is absolute value of D 8. So just divide both sides by 4. So absolute value of D is less than equal to 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. -2 is less than equal to D less than equal to 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. Solve for W. That is option number 1 is the correct option. No option. 2 is the solve for S. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is -2 is less than equal to S is less than equal to 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. Solve for Q. 8 plus 2 is 6. It would be between -6 and 6. But we are not given with any of the solution here. You can select any of them because 8 plus 2 is 10. But we are not given with any of the option here. Solve for p plus 3 is greater than 5. So we have two solutions. The positive one, that is p plus 3 is greater than 5, and negative p plus 3 is greater than 5. So p is greater than 2, negative p negative 3 is greater than 5. So p is greater than 2, negative 5, p plus 3. So p is greater than 2 and negative p is less than negative 8. So option number 1 is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct option. Option number 2 is the correct option. Solve for z. So z minus 3 is less than 5. Z is less than 8. Negative z minus 3 is less than 5. Negative z plus 3 is less than 5. Negative less than z is less than negative 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 9 math. Chapter we were working on is absolute value and absolute value equations and inequalities. The lessons we have covered today are graph solutions to absolute value equations, solve absolute value equations, and solve absolute value inequalities. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework session. So if you need any of the lessons, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can write them down in the chat box. I am here to answer all of your questions and confusions if you have any. So any questions you can please ask if you have any.